Welcome back to Blackthornprod. So about 2 weeks ago, the second Blackthornprod Game Jam came to an end. In short, I challenged developers from around the world to make a game in 1 week along the theme of mini planets. There was over 1,000 participants and 300 completed games made for the event, which is awesome. And as promised, I played through all these incredible entries and was as usual amazed by the creativity of the developers. From satisfying juicy shooters to cute puzzlers, to strategy games to quirky and fun endless runners. This jam was packed with fascinating and beautiful entries, and so in this video I'm going to show off some of my personal favorite games from the jam, to congratulate the developers, but also in the hopes that these will inspire you to make your own games, and even take part in the next Blackthornprod Game Jam in beginning July. So here we go, my favorite games in no particular order. First of all, let me present to you Hopworld, which actually ranked first in the jam, and I must admit this is a very fun little roguelike shooter. You control and shoot with a cute little character and hop from one tiny randomly generated world to another, blasting at chubby aliens and choosing from various upgrades to boost your character's stats. The game isn't all that original, but the smooth controls, amazing sound effects, and satisfying bit of screen shake make up for the lack of innovation. Well done. Next up we have The Empire. This is a lovely strategy game about conquering the galaxy by boosting the number of troops on a planet and then moving those troops to adjacent enemy planets with less troops to make a part of your empire. The enemy AI is pretty smart, and I really like how there's different planet types that have different effects on your troops. Now, the game can sometimes feel a little grindy and repetitive, but still, it's a very solid jam entry with some neat ideas. Keep it up, developer Tiny Games Lab. Okay, here comes Yugo. I had a lot of fun with this one, despite the difficulty. You basically need to shoot blue asteroids at 4 different planets to merge them together. You need to merge the planets in the right order, so air with fire, then fire with air, and eventually earth with water. I must admit I didn't really get far, but still I had a great time, listening to the fantastic music and blasting my poor, cute little planets with blue fireballs. Let me now present to you Pluto versus the World. Quite a few developers made a game about the dwarf planets, and game creator Aggressive Combustion did a great job here with this frantic and very challenging boss rush experience. You face off against different planets from Venus to Neptune, each with their own unique, deadly moves which you must dodge by moving left and right, dashing and jumping. I especially love the art and animations, and the music and sound effects are great too. Well done, mate. Planet Odyssey is a polished and very addictive game about switching your own tiny white planet from one purplish-blue world to another. At first I could hardly make any kind of progress, but bit by bit I learned how to play, and soon found myself swinging through the galaxy like an expert space explorer, which felt very satisfying. Now, I'm always amazed by how each developer interprets the theme in such wildly different ways, where one makes a shooter in pixel art, the other makes a strategy game with vector graphics. It's just so inspiring to play all these unique little games. Again, I am so proud of every developer who finished a game for this jam. You guys are amazing. With that said, let's keep digging through these Blackthornprod Game Jam games. Junction, for example, is another unique creation. This one is about making difficult choices and balancing 3 stats: gold, food, and fuel, each key in your success. You need 500 gold to buy this tiny world and live a happy, peaceful life, but you've got to make sure not to starve either or run out of precious fuel. The small tutorial explaining you how to play the game was also very nicely put together. Well done, developer Rusty Robots. Oh, and I should definitely mention the Goodener. This is a lovely creation also about making choices and dealing with the consequences. There's really a ton of humor here. Great job, Beard or Die. Now, a brick of text explaining the rules is rarely a good way to start, but I still enjoyed Lone Survivor. It has a very simple premise. You hop from one colourful, squishy world to another, dodging aliens and blasting them to pieces. The sound effects and art are really cute, and the game fits very nicely with the theme of the jam. Keep it up. But yeah, on a quick side note to all developers watching this, try to avoid at all costs throwing at the player tons of rules at the same time as a wall of text. Either the player will skip it, not understand how to play and quit, or like me, he'll try and read through it all but rarely be able to memorize everything, and so might still not know how to play. I know time is a very limited resource in game jams, but still, dedicating a bit to making a more fun and interactive tutorial can definitely be worth it. Okay, in the palm of my hand is a lovely and relaxing looking game about hitting the spacebar at the right time to collect glowing orbs. The gameplay isn't all that interesting, but I still wanted to include this game in the video because of the visuals, atmosphere and awesome sound effects. Same thing for Meto Rama. It has a fantastic low poly art style. The gameplay is interesting too. You rotate the world to move the character, but oh boy, it's incredibly hard. Oh, and of course there's the game Together. There's not much gameplay going on here, but I really like the minimalist art style and calm atmosphere. Okay, here comes Bit Galaxy, a juicy game with cute art, nice particle effects, and brilliant chunky sounds. It's a simple game about shooting asteroids and moving left and right, but the combination of screen shake, superb sounds, and messy particles kept me clicking away for quite a while. It's amazing how a polished, responsive game can keep players engaged. Lord of the Skies is a neat 3D flying game where you move around space, shoot at turrets, and dodge enemy projectiles. The particle effects are amazing here. It's another polished, neat experience that fits nicely with the theme of the jam. Unfortunately, I found it quite hard to play because of the WASD controls. I have an Acer keyboard. Keep that in mind everyone for the next jam. Next up we have Out of Order. This is a charming 3D spherical platformer about exploring cute little worlds, collecting screws and bolts. I especially liked the graphics here. The way the models have that thick black outline is a neat touch in my opinion. And yeah, the gameplay and music are pretty relaxing, though I must admit jumping does feel a little quirky and unresponsive at times. Still, a solid jam entry and another great take on the theme. Super Planet Delivery was a really enjoyable endless runner-like game about dodging hazards and throwing planets. It has some cool sound effects, and I really like the scene transitions. It's a very simple game, but often simplicity is awesome and makes for some really fun experiences. Growing Planet is also extremely simple. You simply need to stop asteroids from reaching your cute planet while it grows by hovering your cursor over them. Easy to understand, but whoa, things get really hard around the ends. And then we have Pretty Planets. Developer Casual Void took the well-known puzzle game 2048 and made it his own by switching boring numbers with cute, juicy, colourful planets. You simply need to match two similar planets to make a bigger or more advanced one. It's a simple premise, but it kept me engaged and happy for quite some time. And finally, we have the spectacular Spaceballs. This game is incredibly well done and made all the more impressive knowing that it was made in just a week. You basically blast glowing blue balls at these incoming planets to try and stop them from reaching the edge here and damaging your shields. The sound and particle effects are amazing. I mean, look at that. And the scene transitions are brilliant too. Such a great attention to detail and game juice. Well done, developer Kelly Ray. So for a lot of these developers, their goal was to have fun and learn new things. Not all games are unique or even very good, but each one taught the developers a lot. And that's the most important in my opinion. Game jams are there for game creators to get together, have fun and learn new things. So please, never be afraid to join a jam and fail. Failure is success in progress, and boy, just the fact of trying makes you miles ahead of everyone that isn't. So that's it, those were my favorite games of the jam. Of course, I really could go on and on. There were so many brilliant games, but I really need to make more progress on the Dreadful Whispers, so I'll stop things there. Of course, you'll find in the description a link to play all of these amazing Blackthornprod Game Jam games. You might very well come across games you love that I didn't mention here. And yeah, if you didn't make it in this video, please don't be discouraged. There were over 1,000 participants and only 300 completed games. So just finishing your creation is a massive accomplishment. With that said, thanks so much for watching this video. Here's an extra big thank you to my patrons for their awesome financial support. Oh, and just before leaving, note that I'll be coming to Copenhagen on the 24th of April to take part in the Nordic Game Jam. It looks like an incredibly fun event, so definitely consider booking your tickets for it too and saying hi to me over there. Okay, stay tuned guys, cheers!